what are you hearing? What's the current temperature out there right now?
It really depends on the sector and the type of business. I've been trying to connect with many businesses here and there. I think they are certainly concerned. We're at a point now where this, lockdown has been over a month, and I think we're seeing signs of opening up in certain areas. I'm here in Vermont, and some smaller, less than 5 employee businesses are opening up. I think most of them are just looking for a way. They're just trying to find ways to serve their customers in new ways to reach them where they are, which is generally at home. So I think family businesses in general tend to be incredibly resilient in this way. I spoke with one owner a few weeks ago, and this is a company that's been around for over 100 years, and has been talking to his employees about the fact that, while this particular crisis, came on so suddenly and it is so widespread globally, but yet, you look at even just the last 30 years and most of our lifetimes, we have dealt with, the 2008 recession, 9/11 in 2001, the crash of 1987. And, for a business that's been around 100 years, there have been numerous recessions and depressions and wars. And so I think it's, the general tenor is, what do we have to do? Where can we save money? Where can we, just sort of position ourselves to be, better equipped for the long haul, and really not panic. And I think the effective leaders and owners are communicating that to their employees, and they're looking really for whatever they can do to sort of maintain some level of cash flow and just be better positioned when this all turns, whenever that might be.
Great. Thank you. Tim, thoughts?
Yeah, I was just going to build a little bit on what Dan said. I with the business owners who are my clients that I see out there, a lot of the initial panic over what is going on is starting to ease up, and they're starting to think a little bit more strategically and starting to think about how they can function in, quote, whatever the new normal will be. One of the things that I found very helpful, as Dan was mentioning, the 100-year-old company, is getting specific about, or getting some perspective about where we are and what we've seen before, and not getting too caught up on, we've been at this a month, when is it ever going to end, but to start trying to think a little bit longer term. And it's interesting. I've been doing a lot of work with client families around resilience. In fact, I'm bringing out a program next week that I'm partnering with a woman named Kristen McDermott on, which is how to have resilience conversations with your employees and also with your family at home. And she talks about resilience is not this idea of gritting your teeth and getting through it, but it's more resilience as, what do I want to look like when we come out of this? And that's where I see business owners starting to lean more towards that type of thinking.
Perfect. Yeah, for those of you who have been on one of our webinars already, you know that I have been talking about the Stockdale paradox, and I think that's really what the two of you are both saying, is that the POW, Jim Stockdale was a POW. He was Ross Perot's running mate back when, and when they interviewed him after he escaped from the POW camp, they asked him, how did you survive? And it was the paradox of being able to hold two opposing thoughts at the same time. And those two opposing thoughts were, no matter what happens, I'm getting out of here. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know what it's going to look like. I can't predict it, but I'm going to get out of here. And I know that. And that's holding that one thought. But, as you're going through torture or going through home isolation or, what we're doing, we still have to deal with the brutal facts of our current situation. And so if you can hold both thoughts at the same time and keep that paradox alive, I think that's helpful as we're doing this. We want to be realists about what we're doing, optimistic about where we're going, and just deal with the facts in front of us day by day.